Hey guys, Paloma here and welcome to the Bates House. As I go into this shop organization and tour video, I felt compelled to share my truest purpose not only in this space, but for our entire home. I'm a stay-at-home mom and I take that duty very seriously. And though I still try to figure out many things daily, I have learned that for me personally, it is essential to my spirit to help in creating a foundation that one day my 5 boys can and will build their own foundations on, as I started from zero. A young mother at 16, no formal higher education, always maintaining my faith that life does have a purpose outside of the available, structured, traditional systems. I love to work. I worked hard for my 125 as a waitress many years ago for many years. For a company that simply didn't care about who you were and how hard you worked because you're easily replaceable. When the time started to require quick overturn over customer service, I knew I was going to be a problem. And as time went on, I met my husband in that very restaurant. We began growing into ourselves, challenging, encouraging, and supporting our changes and chances as we grew together. Skip forward, the Bates House became a thing. But it wasn't just a place where people live. It's our foundation based on faith, trust in God, and trial and error. My home consists of people and things that I love. It is full of functional systems that we use daily. We live in our space how we see fit. We are visually stimulated, creative thinkers and doers. We love what we consider treasures, and we incorporate them into our daily functional productivity, maximalist lifestyle. We make our systems also our decor. All of this is to say, whether you love a lot or you find your truest peace in a little, surround yourself in whatever brings you happiness and inspires you daily. All of these spaces do just that. In my shop, I am able to provide a quality service of passing on treasures to those who appreciate them and also appreciate the effort that I put into them. I strive to create a pleasant experience for my small business, mainly because business has always been a big part of who I am. No matter how little I was paid, there were always people out there that helped me see my truest value. So now my small business is my home, my whole home, and I put everything into it, including all of the things that I love and systems that help me express that love. I hope that in this video you get some form of inspiration to do what you see fit in your home for your small business. And I really hope to inspire some kind of creative, affordable solution for you. Now we can go ahead and check out how I incorporate my Bates House shop into the Bates House. Originally, when we moved in, this space was a bare wall. And I knew it had to serve some kind of function because as of that moment, it really wasn't. It was an open space where they had some seating, and that just wasn't going to do it for us. I always wanted to have an open library because I love books. There's just something about them that catches my attention, and they have all of my affection. So we decided to do 12-foot shelving on that wall. That was about a total of 15 feet. Along with that, we wanted to incorporate some workstations for the kiddos to do homework, which wound up not working out very well. They kind of like doing homework on open spaces like the table. So it became a study, and I loved the way it worked out. Of course, I decided to fill all the shelves with all of the books that I absolutely love, along with some fun little trinkets. Now it serves as the storage space for my personal trinket collection. I love brass, I love metals, I love finding old things and displaying them in my shop, kind of because it ties into my vintage shop. Little did we know then, the 15-foot desktop that we made and the small cabinets that we kind of created ourselves became the perfect workstation for my conveyor belt of needs for my Etsy shop pieces and my eBay store pieces as well. Starting off with this left side here, it's a super simple charging station and my printer. The station next to that is the photo station. I have some adhesive liner that lines the wall in a brick pattern to provide a decorative but very light backdrop for all of my pieces whenever I'm taking pictures. And I found an awesome LED light bulb bar from King Dollar for like $5 a few years ago, and it spans the top under the shelf for pictures. In this refurbished bread box, I keep all of the plate racks and a charger for my laptop for pictures. Now to the far right is our camera system. Not going to show much of that. Next to that is the personal file cabinet. Inside the cabinets, these are actually IKEA $10 bathroom cabinets. We added feet and knobs and turned them into storage. In the first one, I just have shipping stuff and label stuff and printer stuff. And we have some quick grab for tools that we use for different things around the house. In the second cabinet, I have box storage. Large to very small boxes are all flat in this cabinet, which was awesome because it took forever to find a system that would make them easily accessible and right where I needed them, but out of sight. Here, it's basically a step away from the station. I can grab and trial them as I need to. I do love that the desktop spans all of the cabinets because as I have items lined up here, I have all of the things that I need flowing through this station. To the right of that station, I have what I call my Patriotic cabinet. It's also a storage cabinet. All of the extra large supplies that are unsightly are stored in that cabinet. This hutch was a refurbished project, I believe under $50, and I did add our signature chicken wire back to allow the light in, which is fantastic for my vintage glass pieces. Moving inside the hutch, I'll show you really quick some of the pieces that we have in here. I call them my patriotic pieces because they are things that have to do with the US through its history, and I absolutely love them. There's glass pieces in here made in the US, there's ship boxes, there's trays and books about Texas, which is where I'm from and very proud of. There are cool rusty pieces, some DIY pieces, someone's very old Bible, just a bunch of things that I thought were cool and could be displayed in this space, just kind of as a capsule of things made in the US. Now let's go ahead and take a peek to what's inside the bottom of the inside of this cabinet. Like I said, I store my really large, unsightly things in this cabinet. I have bubble wrap, foam wrap, filler paper, bigger boxes, and a large cutting board. And that is pretty much it. These are the things that I don't want out but are absolutely essential to my workstation. Moving to the right of this hutch, I have another cabinet that's half of a German-made mail desk. Also, I have a Curtis Jeer parrot that is waiting to be sold to its new owner. If you don't know Curtis Jeer, it's a definite research name. This refurbished cabinet is covered with some personal decorative items. Since it is kind of my shipping station, I thought it would be adorable to include some leather satchels and scales along with some boxes where I actually store receipts and some decorative items that still need to find a home. I loved painting this piece, but I couldn't let it go. On the inside of this top flap, this would be where you actually address your mail issues and keep your supplies, but I use it for small supplies and refills for the shop. In the drawers below, I store my paper product and a few other pieces. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. I was actually going to sell it with the top, but the hubby wanted to keep it. In the top drawer, I keep long rolls of craft paper. This is the Duck brand shipping paper. That's what it's called. I found them at King Dollar for $1.39 a roll, which is amazing. The next drawer has a black light for uranium glass and a lot of varieties of shipping tape. And in the final drawer, I keep rolls of decorative wrapping paper. I feel like I like to provide a fun experience to my customers, to my shop, so I always gift wrap their items, no matter what. And gift wrap on clearance is the best way to do that for the different seasons. As I edit this footage, I kind of feel like I am so glad that I married my best friend. The hubby and I do not go into things half-hearted. We're either all in or it just doesn't consume any of our time. So whenever it comes to creating spaces, we go all in. We were gifted these 2 cabinets that were sitting in a barn for a few years, and they were kind of rough looking. But they made the perfect piece for my work island. When I told the hubby about it, he was all for it. And we created this gorgeous shipping station island that I absolutely love now. It is the heart of this space. It is the perfect worktop, and it only cost us the price of the wood and some energy. Taking a current look at the location and styling of this piece, you'll see that it remains in the center of my shipping station. It is perfect for every single thing that I need to do in this space regarding my Etsy and eBay store. It allows me to house a few things on top as well as a few things on bottom, and the surface space is big enough for everyday use. On the center top, I have my shipping station caddy and tray. This is full of all of the things that I use every single day. And you'll see on the front that there's some wear of the tray. This is actually where I pull out a long strand of tape and I cut it into slits and I use it as I package my pieces. This shipping station box is actually made from a 1940s desk drawer. I have several of these drawers and I feel like they're so cute as little caddies. It's full of my scissors, shipping address labels, thank you notes, lotion, decorative things, and all that I use for packaging, as well as my inventory ledger. This inventory ledger is actually a vintage ledger book, which I absolutely love, and I have it for my eBay and Etsy inventory. In each one of my packages, I send a thank you note that I made. I typed up the note onto some tea stain paper that I stained, and then I copy and pasted it to create multiples on one sheet, and then I cut them into little thank you notes. And then I did the same thing for my address labels. My shipping from is a repeat of my address that I typed onto some tea stain paper, scanned, copied, pasted, and cut. These ship to labels are actually blank backdrop tea stain paper that I made. I go in and type the address of the recipient on there for every package. I just feel like it kind of gives a very special personal touch to each package. Next to the cubby, I keep some Barkeeper's Friend and 91% alcohol, along with a little lantern that holds my everyday reach for tape rolls. I'm really big on cleaning the items and polishing them to make sure that they look their best when it comes time to take pictures, so that's my cleaning material of choice. Also, I have the wrapping paper that I use. One is an authentic roll of vintage paper and the other one is a clearance Christmas wrapping. Behind that, I have a little jewelry box that I use to keep little miscellaneous parts and pieces in when I come across them in different items that I want to list. My typewriter was actually a gift from the hubby one year for my birthday. It was amazing. I woke up to this typewriter and a ton of supplies that my mom wound up picking up for me for the typecast typewriter. What I love about the typewriter is that it's super simple and they all have their own little quirks. So this one has its own little alphabet quirks that it does whenever I'm typing addresses, and I just love it. So that is an overall look at the exterior of this space. We made it using some counter board and some legs that I bought a long time ago for like $2. On the side here I have this back to an old chair that I thought was beautiful, and I couldn't hang it on my wall anywhere, so I decided to put it in this little narrow space. Underneath the station I have this large wicker basket that I use for overflow wrapping paper, liners, or anything like that maybe that I get in packages are all in there. I keep my brown basket. This is for carrying the items from the workstation to the kitchen when cleaning and sanitizing. And inside this big wicker basket, I have a lot of donate items. Sometimes I'll come across some items that I really like or enjoy or I want to sell, and then maybe they get a tiny chip or something on them and I don't want to list them, but I also don't want to just throw them away. So I do put them into a donate basket to redonate them. I thought it'd be a little fun to show you guys what it looks like when I do have to package an item to ship. Our house is elevated and our lower floor has a built-in flood room. It's a concrete room where we store our overflow grocery items, our laundry items, and 2 shelves that house the inventory for the shop. These boxes are full of inventory and each box has a number, so when the item ships, the item number matches the box number, and that's how I know where to go immediately to get that item. Some of the items that I have are too large to sit in those boxes that have the flat rate shipping, so I set them aside in a larger box and then I go and I package them individually when they sell. Working with this space in my house every single day makes it very easy to run a small business and manage my home and be around my family and my kids at the same time. Given these times where we're all home more, it definitely brings me a lot of mental peace to know that I can do whatever I need to do and my kids could be in the same space with me and everything still runs smoothly. So if you like, you can stick around and see what it looks like when I package an item and work in this space to prepare it for shipping. And then after that, we can take a look into the last 2 cabinets. Well, now that that's done, we can go ahead and see what it looks like to refill the 2 cabinets that we're going to be looking into. Finally, taking a look inside these 2 cabinets, this is where I keep my foam paper and my bubble wrap. I keep them in 1 and 2 sheet stacks. So the first 2 are single sheets and then the bottom 2 are double stacks. Also, I keep repurposed packaging such as boxes and foam whenever I get them in packages that I receive or the hubby receives. We try to recycle what we can and make sure that we're getting max use out of whatever we come across. The vintage hardware was actually gifted to me from a lady that closed her shop. They're gorgeous file cabinet handles. And this side I keep more repurposed packaging items, my calculator for tax season whenever I do taxes on the Etsy shop and now the eBay store, a picnic basket, and a vintage trash can. In the vintage trash can I keep my filler paper. That calculator was like a buck and change. Boogie found it on an awesome Goodwill clearance. And then my picnic basket full of other things from shipping boxes. And that is pretty much it for this station. I can't tell you guys what it means to me to have your feedback on the different videos that I've put into the Bates House Organization 2020 series. You guys have been such a huge support system in the growth of all of the different things that I like to put my heart into, and I very much appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below, let us know if there was anything helpful in this video that you found that you might utilize in your own system. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, also the notification bell on your way out to be notified of new videos. My eBay and Etsy store will be listed down below for you guys, as well as the playlist series for all of these videos. You can follow us on social media on Instagram at The Bates House. Everything we do is hashtag Bates House something. If you put it in, it'll come up. And for now, guys, that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.